Hello and welcome to Exploring the ICCB Adult Education and Literacy, Designing for Equity and Access for All Learners, Instructional Staff Professional Pathway. This brief video will give you an overview of this pathway, how it was developed, an overview of the requirements for each credential in the pathway, and a list of training opportunities. Creation of the professional pathways was driven by two initiatives: the Adult Education Advisory Council's recommendations, and OCTA's Career and College Readiness Standards and Action Project, in which Illinois was one of 12 state participants. The 5-year sustainability plan required as part of this project helped shape the final version of the pathways. In Illinois, we expanded the instructional pathway to include a professional pathway for career navigators. These professional pathways indicate the skills and knowledge required for an adult education professional to earn a credential. The pathways are part of an effort to professionalize the adult education field, and they're also part of a wider initiative to ensure all Illinois adult educators are familiar with the Illinois ABE-ASC content standards or the ESL content standards. For instructors, this means they're actively implementing them in their classroom. For career navigators, they're emphasizing employability and college readiness in their interactions with their students. The credentials that can be earned on this pathway are Standards Proficient, Specialist, and Master. This graphic shows how each pathway operates in relation to the others. Starting from the left with Preferred Instructor, an instructor would enter the Standards Proficient Instructor section in either the ABE-ASC category or ESL. I'll show you the ESL graphic in just a moment. They would then have the option to continue on with the specialist credential and the master teacher credential. If you picture this graphic set on its side and shaped as a pyramid, the blue section, the base, would be the largest. The goal is for all instructors in the state to eventually become standards proficient instructors. The next level up the pyramid would be the specialist category, where there would be fewer instructors achieving this credential. And at the top of the pyramid would be the master teacher credential, where the fewest instructors would be. Here's the ESL graphic that I promised to show you. You may want to refer to a printed copy of this pathway during the rest of this video. Please note the section at the top of the pathway marked in salmon. Movement from one level to the next on the pathway is contingent on meeting the minimum requirements of the previous column. Therefore, everything accumulates as one navigates the pathway to the right. To begin the Designing for Equity and Access for All Learners professional pathway, you must first become a Standards Proficient instructor in ABE, ASC, Language Arts, or Math, or in ESL. It would be helpful for you to learn these requirements first before continuing on the Equity Specialist track. You may access a video overviewing these topics nearby the link from your current video. Please note any of these starting points can lead you to designing for equity and access for all learners. Now please note the column marked on the screen. This is the beginning of your Designing for Equity and Access for All Learners Specialist path. The specific training required for completion of the specialist credential is noted here on the screen. The foundations and institute are offered online on the ICCB iLearn site. One additional online training is required. It is also housed on the iLearn, presenting an effective training presentation. You'll be asked to sign up for the Equity and Adult Education blog, which anyone is free to use. As a specialist or as a master, you'll be asked to contribute to this blog as well. So what can your program administrator expect from you as a new specialist? You can expand your program's effectiveness in the following ways you see on this screen. Please note the column marked on the screen. It's the last one, and this is the beginning of your Designing for Equity and Access for All Learners Master Path. As you move through the training for an Equity Master, you'll notice many of the projects are specifically tailored to your skills and the needs of your local program and the needs of those educators learning throughout the state. The emphasis at this level is furthering the field, propelling all Illinois students toward their greatest opportunity for success. As I mentioned, you'll also be asked to contribute to the Equity in Adult Education blog. And finally, what can your program administrator expect from you as an equity master? You can expand your program's effectiveness and support all Illinois programs in the ways that you see on the screen. If you access this video through the new teacher orientation, please visit the Adult Education Professional Development portal, excellenceinadulted.com, at the link you see here on your screen. If you access this video through the PD portal, I encourage you to take some time to explore all this site has to offer you. So why is this instructional staff professional pathway important to you? First, it supports the statewide initiative to professionalize the adult education field. Second, it assists individual teachers and programs as they analyze and plan their professional development. And third, it encourages collaboration with peers and implementation of teaching tools and strategies that will improve your student outcomes. If you have any questions or are interested in continuing your journey on this professional pathway, please talk to your program administrator. Also, if you need clarification or want more information on the information in this video, please contact Sarah Goldammer at the Southern Illinois Professional Development Center. Thank you.